Hello, good folks. Nice to speak with you today. Let's talk about a healthy vegan diet and some nutritional guidelines that I've developed over years of enjoying a vegan diet, and guidelines that I think could be applied to almost any diet or any nutritional plan and make it more sustaining and healthier. So, as the famous Dr. Michael Greger once said, beer and potato chips can be a vegan diet. It's not a nutritious diet. It's not one that will sustain life for very long, unless, of course, you're a college kid. And that's probably one we've all experimented with in the past. But as we grow in our appreciation of what the vegan diet can provide us in terms of health and vitality, especially as you get to be my age, it's important that we follow some guidelines and really think about nutrition as we plan what we're going to eat. So what I'd like to share with you is a concept that I developed, and I call it the no or low P.A.S.S diet. No or low, P.A.S.S, and each of those letters stand for a particular element of the diet. P is processed food. So low processed food, no processed food if you can manage that. And I'll have to admit that I don't, but I do concentrate on eating a very low percentage of processed food. It makes up a very small percentage of my overall eating. A is animal products. And in the case of a vegan, you know that would be no animal products of any kind. No meat, no dairy, no eggs, no fish, nothing that comes from a animal source, and I choose not to eat honey. I have heard of other folks who use the vegan moniker that do eat honey. I choose not to. S, the first S is for salt, so no or low salt. I tend to apply that as no added salt to my food. I never add salt to my food. That's not to say there's not salt in some of the food that I eat, but I never add additional salt to food. And then lastly, as you may have guessed, the last S stands for sugar. So low sugar. And as you eat less and less processed food, the sugar challenge becomes less of a challenge. If you're not consuming cereal every morning that you're putting table sugar on, the chances of eating some of the other forms of sugar, like corn syrup, become less and less as you eat less and less processed food. So no or low P.A.S.S, P.A.S.S, is the nutritional guidelines that I follow in my own life. The only other item I add to that is as I track my macros, and I do that, one of the most important items I look at is fiber. The dietary guidelines for folks is 35 grams of fiber a day. I shoot for between 50 and 60, and generally don't have any challenges at all in accomplishing that. Fiber is a very important part of our nutrition. And you've probably heard it said about vegan diets, where does the protein come from? Well, there's less to worry about insufficient protein than there is insufficient fiber. So fiber is one of the macronutrients that I look at very carefully in my daily nutrition. So no and low P.A.S.S can actually be applied to almost any nutritional plan, right? Rather than no animal products, you can make it low animal products and still adhere to the other elements of it. And I think in general that you end up with a pretty healthy diet if you're watching, again, if you're paying some attention to your fiber. So just some suggestions to think about. Again, there is a such thing as a non-healthy vegan diet. It may take a little bit of planning to make sure that you're getting the nutrition that you need from a vegan diet. Hope that's helpful. And as always, your questions are warmly welcome. Thank you.